G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse Marine, Sweet Street, Warners Bay, your Newcastle Honda marine dealer. Thursday, you can see it behind us guys, and it's just starting to sprinkle again, typical of what's happening today. Showers, thunderstorms, and it's moving into, of course, tomorrow Friday. You'll see thunderstorms with east-northeast winds and northeast winds. Saturday into Sunday, again with these persistent showers that's basically happening. New moon on Saturday night. Tides for Saturday, really important. 1.8 metre high tide Saturday morning, 8:25. So it's a really good tide. Low tide 3 p.m, 0.47. So you've got a bit of a variation in tides. There's going to be a bit of a push out of the lake, but it's going to be really important if we get a bit of rain. I think that rain we need is a good flush through the estuary. We'll start out wide, guys. It looks very, very good off the shelf. Got some big reports came in from Port Stephens late last week. A lot of striped marlin up Port Stephens way, and a lot of dolphin fish up off the bay at the present moment. The water off the bay seems to be a lot cleaner and a lot bluer than what it was on the weekend down on the Swansea Fad. Reports from the Swansea Fad, 20 degrees, green water, and no dolphin fish. Up off Port Stephens on Saturday, totally opposite. Blue water and stacks of dolphin fish. And this is what you're going to see, these currents and the water temp moving around. I definitely feel we had a bit more of an upwelling, a cold water upwelling coming out of Stockton Bight coming in. Definitely on the beaches, it's dropped off a bit in temperature. However, yesterday afternoon, when I went for a swim down in the channel, the water was quite okay. It was quite warm. Previous 3 or 4 days, damn cold. We're in around about probably 18 degrees. So we are seeing this fluctuation, and when those nor'easters continue like they are, we expect that good water to roll over. So it's making it more difficult off Swansea opposed down to Port Stephens. Now, on the beaches, that water did cool off a bit, but we're seeing an increase in whiting and bream along the beaches, and there are reports of a few mulloway, which is good to see. Rocks, a few kings, and obviously still a few bream in that, but not as many snapper getting caught off the rocks. There's still some snapper on those inshore reefs, guys, with those bonita, but we really need that water to start to hold in temperature to really kick this offshore fishing off. It can be always a bit dicey, fluctuate with that water temp at this time of the year. In the estuary, it's all going to be about the prawn run. So basically give you a heads up, on Saturday night, the prawn run, around about midnight it'll start and run all the way through basically to daylight. So you've got that opportunity there to keep working through. Reports so far this week have been encouraging. There's been some very nice prawns coming out of the estuary. I think it'll build, but I would have loved to have seen a good southerly for the next couple of days. It really would have spiced things up, but you're still going to have those opportunities and persist, even though it might be showering. And look, unless it's torrential and there's lightning bolts cracking down around, you've got to put a bit of effort in, and those nights when it is a bit, overcast and raining, a bit of storm activity, well worth the look. It keeps a lot of people off the water and presents a better opportunity to get quite a few prawns out of the lake. A lot of whiting on the flats, They're still getting them up on Blackie's breakwater, but some really nice fish, some excellent bream, and of course, a lot of flathead around. I had a swim there last Sunday afternoon. I was talking to a family, they were drifting past. A young fella was pulling in a piece of cardboard at that point in time. His dad told me straight away, he said, Jace, he said, an hour ago he got an 83 centimetre flathead in the channel fishing in the Lake Macquarie comp, which was great to see. That for a young fella, get an 83 centimetre flathead, magnificent. And that's the quality, but the key was he was fishing the last of the run-out tide. So when this water gets cold coastally and you are fishing in the channel, you need to fish the run out and preferring the last of, where the water will be a lot warm. Once that tide started to run back in, when I was in the water, it was quite nippy and it just shut that bite down. Still some really nice mulloway in the lake as well, guys, and a few more squid. There were quite a few boats in the channel a couple of days ago, early in the morning, jigging squid near the ramp. So that's a bit of an indication of that prawn run working and getting those squid on the seaward side of the bridge. Kings at the bridge, no doubt, but some really nice kings still in the estuary, and there's still a few reds to be had. A lot of flathead south, guys, so I think you just got to move around. And crabs, well, haven't had many reports of crabs, but no doubt we might hear a bit of activity about that from next week. All in all, Thunderstorms, we're going to have a bit of rain, but no southerly unfortunately. Be careful out there. We'll see you next week.